In today's video, I will show you how you can make beautiful web designs using MidJourney. So to get started, if you don't have a MidJourney account already, just head over to midjourney.com and click on the Join Beta. This will guide you to connect to Discord, and in Discord, you will be able to access the group and use MidJourney. So the first thing I would recommend if you are into web design, if you want to do some designs that really look very great, I would recommend to just go into the newbie channels. You can use the newbie channels to search for UI, UX. I will show you how to do that. So if you go to your MidJourney server, just click on it here, you will find these newbie groups here. And it doesn't really matter what group you pick. We'll just pick this and go to the search and type in UI/UX. And then this can help us to implement that in our own website. You see, some of the images that are coming up are not actually websites, but this one would be the first version of some kind of website. And these are also starting to be web designs. But the first one I would say would be this one. So if I click on it, I make it a little bigger. I don't know what he tried to generate. We can look at the image prompt and find out what it was. So we can just have a look what he wanted to design. Web design modern 2022. Minimalistic, flat, white, black, deep blue. So it's not really specified that this is like for a website. There's much better image prompts, as you will see. And I want to guide you to the community feed, because in the community feed, most of the time, you find much better results. So what I did is I installed MidJourney also on our own server, and then I will go to the MidJourney website by just clicking here and going to midjourney.com and logging into it. And then I go to the community feed and I already bookmarked some web designs that I found. How I find it is very easily just type in here in the search what you're looking for. So in this case, UI, UX. And I found all these web designs. And you can bookmark them, you can love them, favorite them, do whatever you want to. And I just want to go through some of these beautiful web designs and have a look how they have been generated. So if I press on the first one, you can see that this is actually some very nice landing pages that they generated. I make it a little bigger for you. As you will see, or I tried to replicate these images, there's a lot of problems sometimes with the faces, so I'm not sure if you can see it, but the faces are very unclean here. The bodies are pretty good, I would say. The faces are not the best, but it gives you a pretty good idea of that. And in normal cases, we will probably just replace this with the model. But this is a pretty good design. And what we can do here is we can just take a look what he did. What image prompt did he use? Looks, fitness, legging, skinny, high waist. So he was describing the woman here. And then what is important for us is here, about down here. 3D background, ultra design. And here it's the most important if you want to design some kind of websites, is this UX UI. So it's telling the MidJourney tool that you want to generate something that is user-friendly and has a design and a flow that the user can use. Stylize 750, stylize, this is the variety of the image. So this goes up to 1000. Version 4 would be the MidJourney version. And here are some other things that you could put inside. So illustration, there is no limit to it, basically. What I want to show you is if you would take this just image prompt, you can just copy it if you want, but you could also go here, copy full command, and I can go on done. And I have my own channel here for web design. I would just put in imagine and click on the imagine prompt, then just paste in here what we have seen before in the community feed. And you will see that actually the images that turn out will be very different. I tried this before. So one of the versions is this already, where you see it's from a distance, it looks quite good. But if you zoom in, for example, especially on these images, it's getting pretty strange. So it doesn't let me zoom in. But if you look here on some of the faces, they look pretty strange. So let's see what's going on here. It's generating already. It's on fast mode, as you can see, and it's at 31%. So it will be finished in just a second. We can already see the color schemes, the positions, and the text, and it looks pretty good, I have to say. So this is definitely something that you could use and then use in your web tools or slice it and make a website out of it. So let's have a detailed look at it now. This one I can zoom. If we look at the faces, they are pretty strange, but normally you would replace that with models or other stuff. You would find a way to do that. And as you also notice, the text is really bad for MidJourney. Has got pretty much problems to generate text. Again, if you look at the faces, they don't look too good. But you're getting an idea that these are actually very nice landing pages. And this is more something like a banner, right? This is more the banner of a landing page. And we will have another look how to create your total landing page, so not just the banner for it. So we'll just go ahead, and I want to show you, first of all, that you can, of course, upscale this. How MidJourney counts is this would be image number 1, image number 2, 3, and 4. So if I like this website here or this banner, I would just click on number 3 and I would upscale it. Upscale means I make it bigger. If I want more versions of this website, I can do that. And I even have the opportunity to change out some stuff here. So I could just take away, let's just take away some prompts here. I just remove the futuristic stuff here and just submit it. And then I also want to show you that you can upscale it, make a bigger version out of it, so you can actually use it later on in your Photoshop or wherever you're doing your web design and use it and make a website out of it. So this will generate, and we will be back in a second to see the results. This is already MidJourney creating the 4 more versions of this version here. And we will get more variations and can have a look what is going on and which one we like better. I already see that the colors are pretty nice here. I really like the mix of the colors. If you look at it in detail, it's mixing in the colors very well. But the body parts and the faces and the text is still a little of a problem. But you can see this is really nice. I'm not sure what this third hand is here, but probably don't want to know. So it's pretty nice. And the other result we are still waiting for. Now we have the upscale of the version here already, and we could use this. But if I click here, it takes me back to the MidJourney account. I go back to my bookmarks, and we're going to look at another web design. So let's imagine you are doing a web design for a supplement company, for example. So this is very different, right? In this case, you can really see, if I make it bigger, that this has got a navigation up here, and it's a pretty nice style, I would say. I really like it. So if we want to use this version, we can again look at the prompt. Let's see what the prompt is. So the prompt in this case, it's not much actually. This guy just used this prompt. We can't really see it at the moment. I will show it to you when I copy it out. So I just go on done, put in image, prompt, copy it in. And what he wrote is, he just wrote website for natural skincare supplements, UI/UX website. This is done by MidJourney because of my settings. I can also show you that in a second. So I go to my settings if you want to know what your settings are. So my settings are on MidJourney number 4, and it's 4C at the moment as I'm doing this video. It's best quality, it's high style, best upscale. I'm in stealth mode, so nobody else can see that. I am in remix mode. That means that 4 versions will be made if I click on the redo or on the versions. And what else? And I'm in fast mode. So if I click on it, this is pretty nice, I would say. So it's generating very nice images and very nice landing pages. as you can see. And you can do that, of course, for everything. You can just put in very specific things. And again, I like what version do I like most? I really like actually all of them, but let's say number 2 we like most. So this one, I again want to show you that you can just go ahead and click here on version 2, and we will generate 4 more versions of that. And we can modify it a little. So we can make beautiful website for natural skincare, supplements, UI, UX. What else could we add? We could, maybe it's targeted to women, so we can just put in beautiful woman. Let's just see what's coming out if we try that. So now it should add a beautiful woman to the web design, maybe in the background. You never know what's going to happen, but you can just try and see what is coming out. So it's generating already. I can't see any faces or anything in there, but let's see what the outcome is. Yes, we can see the faces now. So it's actually generating some faces in there as well. And I think it has done a pretty good job. This is a little messed up, I would say. It's not the best, as you can see, but it tried hard to implement the faces. So I would have to do it more specific, not just put in the version like that, because it doesn't know. In this case, MidJourney was not sure what to do, and it looked like it wanted to put the face into a package. Just wanted to show you that you can test out and you can put in and modify the commands using that. If you have the remix mode on, you can modify the commands as well. So let's go back again to our samples that we found. I will just use the web button again, go to my bookmarks, and let's look at one more website again. And after this, I want to show you some different ways to generate your web design. I just click on this because I really like that. And it's, again, a very different style. And again, it's very simple, the image prompt. It's just UI, UX, landing page, beautiful website, UI, UX, shapes, business, digital technology. So I will, again, just copy this out, copy, full command. I will, again, go back to my MidJourney channel, my MidJourney account, and paste it in again and generate some images again. And you will see that it will be different. Even if it's totally the same image prompt, we will have different results. This can be sometimes very tricky, but I will also show you a version that you can use an existing website to generate everything you want to. So in the case of these versions, you can see it is very different than we have seen, or where we took the image prompt from the website. It's already generating, as you see, and it's a very different style. I don't really like that style so much as I can see it now. It's not ready, but if I click on it, it's not so bad. And to show you that you can modify it, let's say we enjoy the version number 2 most, I will just go ahead and click on version 2. But then I want to change it to an AI company. So digital technology, I will just change it to Shapes Business AI Company. So submit and see what differences we get now. And you see the shape is pretty the same, so we can still recognize that this was the shape. But now it is different because now we gave the instruction to make it for an AI company. Let's see if we see any indicators for an AI company. It's okay, I would say, but it's not. There is no robots or any AI style on it. In today's video, I will show you how you can make beautiful web designs using MidJourney. So to get started, if you don't have a MidJourney account already, just head over to midjourney.com and click on the Join Beta. This will guide you to connect to Discord, and in Discord, you will be able to access the group and use MidJourney. Now, we're gonna design a website just by putting in our own image prompt. We have seen in the last parts that we can use existing prompts that we find from some websites, and I showed you how you can go to the community feed or how you can find it in newbie channels. Just look for UI, UX and try to find it. But let's create a website from scratch. And in this case, let's just imagine we want to build a website for an AI company. Let's say the AI company is doing business consulting, because in the future or very soon or now already, as you know, almost every company or every company will need a consultant or somebody who will tell them how to integrate artificial intelligence in their business to optimize their processes. So imagine prompt, we would just say beautiful modern website. And the most important thing is that you put in UI, UX. And again, I will put it in UI and /UX. You see my spelling. UX. And then we will say website UI UX for AI consulting company. Let's just see what comes out here. So we told MidJourney now that we want to create a website, a beautiful website for a company that is actually doing consulting in artificial intelligence. And let's see what is coming out. We can already see that there's like clean, looks like a very clean design. We can't see very much. But now I can already see that in the version 4, for example, it looks like a consultant. And also in the top left, it looks like it used some images looking like a consultant. It's almost generated everything, so we can now take a closer look and see what came out of that. I think these are pretty good versions. Again, don't have a look at the text. Don't have a look at too much of the images. This looks more like a monkey, as you can tell. So I hope our consultants will not look like monkeys. And I don't know, the faces are really bad in some of the versions lately, but this is fine. So we can still replace them with stock images, or you could still go ahead and generate some characters and just include them in here. But you see already this looks pretty good, I would say. Again, we could go ahead and let's say number 4 I enjoy most, or I like the style of number 4, or I like the style of number 2 and 4. So I will go ahead and say, okay, 2, I upscale just to show you, but I will also make some more versions of number 2 and modify it a little. Beautiful, modern, let's just say clean, futuristic maybe. Futuristic website, let's try that and submit it. And then I will also regenerate or make some more versions of version 4. We'll just click here. And again, we have the option to modify it. I will just take away the beautiful modern website UI UX. And I will change it to modern consulting website UI UX. And I would just type in something crazy like Star Wars style and see what's coming out. So just to test it out. Here we already have the 4 new versions of number 2. Let's have a look. I think they're pretty good. The text and the images, again, pretty messed up. This AI character is still okay. And we have some pretty nice versions, I would say, that we can go ahead and use. What else did come out here? So this one was an upscaled version of the number 1. So if you want to use it in your tools to slice it or make it in a different way, so get the web design done in a different way, I would recommend to upscale it first, and then you go to detailed upscale redo, and this will even make it much bigger. And if you generate something else for print, like posters or whatever, it would be important to put in the aspect ratios. In the case of the web design, if you put in the UI, UX and website, Google, or not Google, in this case, MidJourney, knows already what size it should be. This one is pretty good, I would say. And in this case, we have to look at the prompt again. This one was the modern consulting website, Star Wars style, actually, which is interesting. So I'm not sure where the Star Wars style is. Maybe these guys are here a little from Star Wars. These are two consultants up there. It's pretty good. Here we have some AI elements. I can see it now. Here is Darth Vader. And here probably some other guy. Not sure what it is, but it looks pretty good. So as you can see, you can do a lot of modifications in that, and just very little words will do it. And you can also, of course, use or make variants of that. So if you would say, okay, this is your start page, and you would pick number, let's pick number 3, and I would, for example, make some more versions of that. Let's say what we just saw, let me go back. What we just saw, this, we like this, and we like this version, and this would be our homepage. But then we want to ask MidJourney to also make a contact page or make a team page out of it. You can also do that. And the way you do that, you would just go ahead and in this example, just pick again number 3 to make versions. And then you would just change the image prompt here. So modern consulting website, Star Wars style, and we'll just try if it works, like team page, something like that. So let's see if MidJourney understands that now we want to actually make a specific page for our website and have a different structure. Of course, you still use the same header or whatever, you know what I mean, but let's see if MidJourney is actually able to generate this same image style and have a contact page then. And it looks like it understood what I'm looking for. You will see that the banner, the top banner, is a little different because it's a little, the variants are a little different, but then here it is understanding that here the team members, we have some team members. We also have some images of the team members down there. So maybe the problem is also a little the Star Wars and so on. So the MidJourney is a little confused. But you can see if you go ahead and iterate it, so make it as good as possible, as detailed as possible, you will be able to also generate detailed pages. One more thing I want to try is to just make a landing page, so a high converting landing page if you need that. So let's again go in, type in imagine. We say high converting landing page for supplement company. And we will do like clean website UI UX. It doesn't matter. So if you're wondering if you should use the comma or not, it depends. Sometimes I have made the experience that it's better. Sometimes the results are better just piping in whole sentences. So, but just try it out. UI UX. And again, UI. You also try that out if it's working for you or not. UI UX. And what else can we type in? Nature. Maybe we can make it look organic. Let's see what comes out here. So we're trying now to make a high converting landing page just to sell some supplement product. And we also told it that our supplement product is related to the organic niche, or it should like it is organic. And let's see what is MidJourney coming up. What versions is it generating? And I can see it's a quite nice landing page already. And in a second, it will be generated and we can have another look. And one more time, we can upscale it and make some more versions. So I already see that I like the top left one. I find pretty good. So this one looks pretty good. So don't focus on the label and text, of course. But I like the structure of the first one. So one more time, I want to generate some more versions of it. I just click here. And should we change something, we could change high converting landing page for supplement company. Let's say orange buttons. Let's see what comes out. So, or we could also type in like Amazon good converting buttons or stuff like that. Let's see what the variation will be. Also, I actually like this quite well here. This is also a nice clean landing page. Of course, it depends on your brand, but MidJourney did everything we told it to do. So I really like it. This is the version that was just generated now, and it looks like we have orange buttons here. So there's one orange button over there, at least orange elements in there. And it looks even better, I would say. And this is even like some golden, or it looks orange gold. So this is another way that you can easily design everything you want to. And remember, if you decide to go for this version, for example, just click on Upscale and then upscale it again, and you have a big version of it. In today's video, I will show you how you can make beautiful web designs using MidJourney. So what I'm going to do now is I will just find a website and then take the screenshot of this website and modify it, or even generate some ideas or mix it together. So what I do is I just go ahead and buy supplements online, just see what's coming up. We'll just click on iHerb in this case and take a screenshot of the website. I'll just take a screenshot, go to my images, cut it. So I will just cut that out, cut it down here. Just use the screenshot. So done, save to photos. I will go ahead, go back to the MidJourney, and we'll just click on this icon, upload this website, and send it away. Now what I have done is if I click on the website, I can hold it and say that I want to have the image link. So if you click on here, you will see that in the right corner most of the time, you will have the share button. It depends on what computer you are, but in my case, I will just share it here because then I have the image link. And then I will go back and type in here, imagine. Again, I will put in the image URL, and then I will type beautiful website for supplement company and see what comes up. So what MidJourney is doing now, it's taking the screenshot and it's taking the information that I gave it. But in this case, for the moment, I didn't put in UI UX because I want to see how it comes out. So let's just put in the same command again with UI UX. So look, it's generating some stuff already. So I put it in again. I say beautiful, clean website for supplement company and UI UX. Let's see what is the difference. So if I click here, it's actually pretty nice, and you can still see that there are actually elements of the original iHerb website. So the button color and some elements you will see are pretty much the same. It's a little more targeted now to muscle men, I would say. But if we look back, there are some elements definitely that are out of this web design. So again, we wait another second for this one to generate. And in this one, what we did differently is we used the UI UX. And with that, it's generated differently. And I really like that. So it makes a difference. As you see, this is not so much structured than this one. And this results I have to say I really like. Especially, I mean, I don't like all the elements, but this is really nice and clean. Especially I like this one here. This is a little confusing down here, but what we can try is to make more variants. I like number 3 best, so we'll just click on that and generate more versions. And what I want to do is also I want to do an upscale or an upscale of the number 3 to see if the quality is getting better. Because at the moment, if you take a look here, the quality is not really good. Let's see what comes out. In the meantime, we can go ahead, and I want to show you one more thing. I go back to Google again. We just click on the second or third result or whatever company I may know. I just click on that because it's just about the web design. But I'm looking for a website where we can really have the structure, copy out the structure. This is why I didn't take this one. I also don't really like this one. I want to show you a website where you have a nice structure that we can copy. This is a little better, but also not really better. I tried to change it here to the desktop version, but for the purpose of showing you what the tool can do, I will just also scroll maybe up a little and make a screenshot again. And then I go back to MidJourney. First of all, we're going to take a look at the results. What did it create for us? The first thing I want to show you is that it did not really make improvements on these columns here. So it's still quite strange what is written down there. And these are the new variants of that. So this is pretty nice. It's definitely something you can start to work with. So now one more thing I wanted to show you is you can combine web designs as well. So in the case you have, the website of your existing client already, and you want to modify it to something that the client thinks is a good version, I will just copy the media link here and go inside. And I could use the blend command. This is a pretty new command. It's basically blending together two images. You can just go ahead, take this and that, because then you don't need to do all the stuff with the uploading the images. So it's taking these two images now and it's making a blend. It's combining these two images. Like I said, you could use that if your website or if your client has got an old website, or you have your old website and you like a new version of the website and you want to blend in some of your elements into the new design. You could do that. Let's see what comes out. These are not the best versions, I would say, to do that, because the structure of this screenshot, for example, is not, it's just this black thing. It's a little navigation and it's these 3 products. And the other one is also not so well structured. But let's see what comes up here. And I think you can clearly see that this is actually a combination of these 2 websites. Let's have a look and click on it. Yeah, I would say it's definitely a combination of these 2 websites. Let's try it one more time, and now we will do it just combining 2 versions that we generated. So, for example, let's combine. Let's say we want to combine one of our website themes. So I will just scale up the number. What was the nicest one? The number, let's say 1, 2, 3. I will upscale that so we have the image that we need for that. And we will also take another one, which will be maybe this one. I will also upscale number 1 here. Then this is generating 2 big images for us, and we will do the same. Basically, we will just blend them together and get the result of these 2 screenshots in one version. So maybe this is a good idea to do. Let's have a look. So this one website is already generated, and what I can do is, because this is not on my computer now, I will just click on it again and say copy media link, and then I would just go in /imagine. I don't do the blend now, I just go in, make /imagine. You can do that with every image or whatever. Again, with this one, copy media link, and we'll just copy and paste 2 of the URLs, or both of the URLs behind each other. And then I will just go, let's try to generate it like this. And one more prompt I will do with imagine and adding beautiful website UI, UX supplement company, organic. Let's see if we have any differences. But you see clearly already this is a combination of both of the websites. So it's a pretty nice tool if you want to combine two of the versions. And this I really like the combination. It's the soft of the one and the cleanness of the other one. These are pretty nice versions, I would say. And let's see if there's any difference with the second image prompt. Remember the second image prompt, the only thing we did is we added again the UI, UX, and the beautiful web design. So let's see if this turns out even better or if the other versions are better. I think the other versions are better. It's still starting to come up. And in a second, we have the result. Now it is 93% already. I'm going to click on it and we will see what it is. So I would say I like more the other version, so without adding anything, but this is also pretty nice. I would say I prefer these versions down here. And like I said, you can go ahead now and, for example, upscale version number 1, upscale it again, download it to your computer, slice it, or do whatever you need to do to make a website out of it, send it off to some designer, and you are ready to go. And don't forget, you can also generate your sub pages using that, or you can also just generate some images here. Like if you would like to replace the supplement box, just type it in. Supplement, or we could say organic supplement container, orange color, organic, and then just also your style. If you want to have a style, you could even do realistic. You could even try to put on your brand, but as you know, the text is not very good, so it will give you probably some text that is not your brand. Just want to show you, if you don't want to have some elements on the page, you can simply replace these elements and you can generate your own elements that you can use later on to replace it. So this, for example, is the supplement container we just produced. It's not the nicest one, I agree, but it's something that you can do, and it's very easy to do. You can define it even better, of course. So you could just use this, for example, and replace existing stuff. It's much better than the ones on many designs. I hope that was useful, and I see you in the next video. Bye-bye. See you.